good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the first points race of Season 5 as we get ready for the running of Nextera Energy 250 at Daytona International Speedway. Getting ready to start off Season 5 of the Oreo Truck Series here at the Mecca of Motorsports. We've got 42 drivers here in this field ready to start off this season. We'll see how many of them will be around at the end of the season. Obviously, all these drivers would love to be around to battle for the championship when we reach the season finale, which again will be at Zenjoltis, but these drivers have a little bit different of a task on their hands than they have in the last two seasons. They're going to have to race a 36-race schedule now instead of the original 20-race schedule due to the fact that we do not have divisions anymore here in the NNSCRA. I was able to elongate the schedule to a full 36 race schedule, and I have got the schedule completely put together so we know where we'll be heading next week and the weeks that follow that. On the pole for this race is going to be Ron Fajardo Jr. making his debut here in the Oreo Truck Series. Originally, that ride was put under the name of Lando Vendetta. However, then they did a quick driver change, and Ron Fajardo Jr. will drive the 4 for the entire Season 5. Alongside of him, driver who's very well known here at the Oreo Truck Series. He actually won the championship back in Season 1, and that is Jake Rogers. Or actually, that's Season 2 that Jake Rogers won the championship in, and that is where he will start, is in the second position on the outside of the front row. Anthony McCurry, who was a prime contender last season to take the championship in the Oreo Truck Series, but just couldn't quite capitalize. He's with a brand new team this season, driving the 27 there on the inside of row number 2, and alongside of him, Matthew Rodriguez, the Season 3 Oreo Truck Series champ. He'll line up on the outside of row number 2 in the 4th position in the number 14 truck. We've got a lot of talent in this field, a lot of former winners, a lot of former champions as we see here with Jake Rogers and Matthew Rodriguez, but we're going to be putting them under green for just a few pace laps, and when they do that, we will then show you the starting lineup, and then we will get the green flag for our first points paying race of Season 5. Waste no time, here we go. The command to fire the engine has been given, they'll roll off, and here is your starting grid for today's race at Daytona. Many of these drivers you see here will be battling for the Daytona 500 in a few days. So they're going to be gaining some valuable experience here today in these trucks. Now, obviously, there is not a similarity between these Oreo trucks and the Snickers Cup Series cars. However, Daytona International Speedway doesn't seem to ever change, and so these drivers may be able to figure out the twists and turns and little trouble spots of this track that they will be able to apply once the Daytona 500 is put under the green flag. But we're about to go under the green flag here for some good old-fashioned truck racing. Ron Fajardo Jr., Jake Rogers, they'll bring us down, and the first green flag of Season 5 for a points-paying race has come out. We're heading into turn number 1 here for a 20-lap event here at Daytona International Speedway. Ron Fajardo Jr., Jake Rogers, both drivers from the front row, going to move down to the inside line and not lose their position. So they both got really good restarts there. Anthony McCurry right there along with Seth Cole, and now Jake Rogers going to peek out of line. Well, maybe not. Anthony McCurry looking down to the inside line, looking to go 3 wide for the top spot. And he will take it. Anthony McCurry trying to maybe get some redemption for last season. He was a prime contender last season for the championship. Just couldn't quite get it as Ryan Cooper got it. Oh, contact back there. Dylan Young and Felix Harris, I believe, just made some contact. They went down the apron, but they both held on to it. Nice save by both of them. Here comes Seth Cole diving down to the inside. This is the only series that Seth Cole will be running full-time in. And he's getting help from Carter Keselowski, making his debut here in the Oreo Truck Series. John Cittadino right there on the inside line along with Tryfon Reed. There are 2 drivers in this field. I'm going to be particularly interested to see how they do, but we're about to have a battle here. 4 wide. Oh, no. Don't tell me they're going to go 4 wide. Contact there between John Cittadino and Carter Keselowski. Oh, they're trying to save it. Tryfon Reed's in trouble. Oh, there they go into the wall. First caution of the day. Oh, man, Barney Ward is in it, and the big one has struck. Luke Walker hard into the wall. Ryan Acosta went with him. Rohit Vidaravu is in it. Bob Jones is in it. There is Seth Cole. There is... Oh, man, there's Jake Williams involved. Jake Rogers, outside pole sitter. Oh, man, Tony Blazer's smoking on the infield. Danica Shirley may have been involved. Sean Henley possibly in it. And you can just see the drivers that just... Oh, look at the damage on Anthony McCurry's machine. Chris Dollerton, his second season in the 83, he's in it. Luke Walker's day is done. Charles Jackson involved. There is Barney Ward, and the leader at the line was Emilio Navarrete. He is the leader over Matthew Rodriguez, James McLeod, Trent Dunham, and Alex Tanker. We're going to have to look back at a replay of our first caution of the day. They went 4 wide. They almost held on to it, but I think it was Tryfon Reed ended up wiggling there when he was in the middle of that 4 wide situation. That's what caused the first wreck of the day. So let's jump back and look at a replay of our first caution here at Daytona. Right then, we're going to start this back a little bit further before they even enter into turn number 3. The wreck occurred coming out of turn number 4. Tryfon Reed's getting a big shove here from Sean Galligan and Emilio Navarrete. Look at John Cittadino right there. I think he made some contact with Carter Keselowski. Goes down into Tryfon Reed. Reed slides up into Keselowski, and then Cittadino hooked Tryfon Reed right there. Tell you what, both the 6 and the 20, they were slipping and sliding around. Sean Galligan... Wow, how did he keep that car off the wall? What a save by Sean Galligan and the Blue Deuce, but just look at all these drivers just compiling in. I mean, that's a tough place to try and miss a wreck. Oh, man, there's the 45. Thank heavens he hit the wall where he did. That was right where the safer barrier ends, there in turn 4. There's the 39 involved in there. That's, well, wait a minute, there's 24 of down caps. You're going to have to give me a little bit to think of these names. Oh, yeah, 39 is Jacob Cook. And you can just see, just look at the carnage back here. Look at that. Oh, man, there's Sky Commons in the 25. The car facing backwards back there. That's Barney Ward's machine, as his car had to be towed down pit road. He couldn't even drive away from the accident. The car there that went into the championship victory lane with Ryan Cooper involved there. Dom Capps in the 24. There were a lot of drivers that got caught up in this one. There is Vidaravu, our Rookie of the Year from last season in the Oreo Truck Series. Luke Walker, wrecked. The pole sitter there, Ron Fajar Jr. was involved. As a matter of fact, both drivers who started in the front row for this race both got involved. Ron Fajar Jr. and Jake Rogers. Cautions out for the first time today. The big one is struck in probably one of the most difficult places to be able to avoid a wreck coming out of turn number 4. So a lot of these drivers had a tough task getting through that. Some drivers did, but many did not. And we may have quite a few DNFs after this one, as the first big one of the day, and hopefully the only big one of the day, has struck at Daytona International Speedway. Let's go back to green flag racing. The lights are out atop the pace car, which means we will go back to green flag racing on lap 7 of 20. We do have quite a few drivers who have DNF'd from this race. We will show them to you now. They are the cars of John Cittadino, Tryfon Reed, Jake Rogers, Sky Commons, Rohit Vidaravu. The pole sitter, Ron Fajar Jr. is out, along with Anthony McCurry, Chris Dollerton, Felix Harris. Tony Blazer got a piece of that. He's out. Eric Burton, he is out as well in the 33. And then Luke Walker, Charles Jackson, and Barney Ward have all retired from this race as well. Not exactly the way that those drivers wanted to start off the 5th season of the Oreo Truck Series, but still a long way to go, a lot of time to recover. Let's give you a look at who's going to restart where. Emilio Navarrete out in front. Matthew Rodriguez second. James McLeod is in third. Trent Dunham fourth. And Alex Tanker runs in fifth. 6th place is going to be Kyle Sosnowski. Nick Eggleston is in 7th. That's one of the 2 drivers who is making his return. Eggleston finished 2nd in championship points back in Season 1. I believe he did an unofficial retirement in Season 2. He has now returned back to the Oreo Truck Series, now driving the 98. Nice to have him back in an NNSCRA truck. Rod Houston, nice run for that rookie right now in 8th. There's another driver making his return back. Andrew Gonzalez, who was back in Season 1 as well in the Oreo Truck Series. He is in 9th now, and 10th place is Richard Johnson. Let's go a little bit further back. Adam Chambers is in the 11th position. 12th place is Margaret Mason. 13th is Colin Welty. 14th is Hayden Klein, and rounding out the top 15 is Christopher Martin. Then you got all these damaged race cars back here. Bob Jones in 16th. Dylan Poteet is 17th. Dom Capps runs in 18th. 19th is Stephen Pollard III, and Sean Galligan will complete the top 20. As we go back to green, we'll jump to Emilio Navarrete. He is the leader, and he'll put us under the green for the 2nd time today. Our first restart of the day. Navarrete getting a nice jump there, making sure that Matthew Rodriguez doesn't put any move to the inside of him. Instead, James McLeod going to go to the inside there and look for the 2nd position off of Matt Rod. Now Kyle Sosnowski peeks out of line, looking for 4th place. Or no, that would be 4th place. Oh, wait a minute, they're almost going to go 3 wide there. Man, oh man, Alex Tanker getting awfully close to Trent Dunham right there. They kept it together, though. We've had some really good racing here, and it seems like we get really good racing here at Daytona if they just don't go 4 wide. The Talladega track will be going to, they can go 4 wide and make it stick. But here at Daytona, it's still the old cliche. You can go 3 wide, that's okay. You go 4 wide, it's a death wish. As here comes Kyle Sosnowski leading them out of the corner. Don't forget, Kyle Sosnowski, he's going to start on the pole for the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. So he knows where the speedy place around the racetrack is, as he is leading. But here comes Nick Eggleston. Here comes Rod Houston to the inside. What a day it would be for that rookie if he could win. And he's got help from Andrew Gonzalez, one of the Oreo Truck Series originals. We got a lot of originals here in this field. We got Andrew Gonzalez, Nick Eggleston, Adam Chambers there, Anthony McCrory, Matthew Rodriguez, a lot of drivers who have been with this series ever since its first season. Right now, Andrew Gonzalez, Rod Houston, they're working on a nice alliance right there. Houston, though, going to slide up there in the corner. Now he's got to come back down across the nose. He will, but Nick Eggleston got a great run on the high side. My goodness. He will still lead that lap over fellow Toyota Tundra Rod Houston, and now Eggleston has gotten a good enough run that he will keep the lead. Very impressive right there by Nick Eggleston. He must have himself one fast truck. Eggleston the leader. Now here comes another challenge. It looks like those 2 originals are going to battle for the lead here. Eggleston out in front and Andrew Gonzalez right behind him. And how about that? Adam Chambers there as well. We've got almost kind of shades from Season 1 when Gonzalez, Eggleston, and Chambers were battling it out for the Oreo Truck Series Championship. Take a little trip down memory lane there. But we got a lot of drivers in this field. Let's not forget it's not just those 3. We got lots of drivers who want to win this thing. Adam Chambers trying to make even more NNSCRA history. Last season, he made his 4th consecutive Oreo Truck Series chase. That was 4 straight that he's made. And that's a record. If he could make his 5th here this season, that would be huge. But here comes Andrew Gonzalez. He will now challenge to the inside line of Nick Eggleston. Gonzalez going to try and go for the top spot, getting some drafting help from Adam Chambers, but Chambers isn't really up against the back bumper of the 3M Ford. Meanwhile, Nick Eggleston does have a lot of drafting help, and he'll keep the top spot again. Eggleston's doing a great job recruiting help on that higher line, and it's helping him to get the lead at the stripe each and every time they come down there, and he still is out in front, so they're going to go 3 wide for 2nd. Gonzalez down low. Sosnowski gets stuck in the middle with fellow Dodge, Adam Chambers, and Rod Houston there on the high side. There's a car up ahead. That's Ryan Acosta. We know he ended up getting damage in that wreck. He had to come down pit road, get some more damage repaired. And this field is starting to catch him. That may not be such a good thing. Rookie Rod Houston about to have his work cut out for him. He's got to get by the 21. So do all the rest of these drivers. Houston going to get it. Whoa! What a squeeze job there. Squeezing it right down underneath the Ryan Acosta machine. Nice move there. Oh, Sosnowski almost got into Ryan Acosta. That was awfully close. Sosnowski not really pleased with Ryan Acosta staying there in front of the field. Oh, man, they're getting awfully close back there. We got to jump back there. James McLeod is getting held up there by Ryan Acosta machine. Dylan Pote just now has gotten by. Well, they're doing a fairly good job here. Oh, no, wait a minute. No. Colin Welty tried to go 4 wide. Thank heavens they settled it out to 3 wide. That would have been drastic. Matthew Rodriguez now going to move around on the high side. Richard Johnson trying to do the same. Colin Welty in his second season, he's trying to get by on the inside line. Chambers doing the same. Galligan's there. Christopher Martin's there. Margaret Mason along with Alex Tanker, they're still trying to get by that damaged number 21. Meanwhile, up front, Nick Eggleston has taken the lead back again from Rod Houston. Sosnowski into second. And how about the 2 teammates working back here? The 2 Ford F-Series out of Roush Fenway Racing. You've got Hayden Klein, a rookie this season, and Andrew Gonzalez there. But now they've kind of broken up. And look who all of a sudden has made his way up inside the top 5. Dylan Pote driving in that number 31 out of Turner Motorsports. Great run for him right now as he's side by side with Matthew Rodriguez. Now he gets stuck in the middle of a 3-wide situation. Take a look from this cool helicopter view of this front pack here. Oh man, look at Andrew Gonzalez and Kyle Sosnowski putting up a 3-wide move there on Nick Eggleston. That was beautifully done. And which line's Richard Johnson going to go with? He'll go with the inside line. That will propel Kyle Sosnowski to the lead. But for how long? Richard Johnson, James McLeod, they are now on the inside line moving up there. And I'll tell you what, I'm actually surprised James McLeod is up here. These drivers did a pretty good job getting by that slower car of Ryan Acosta. And then accordioned right back up here to make it one big pack of cars again. I think the only 2 cars that really have lost the draft due to that slower and now lap car of Ryan Acosta were Christopher Martin and Colin Welty. Everybody else has done a nice job recovering and coming back to the front. As here comes James McLeod down to the inside in that number 30 alongside of him, or right behind him rather. That's Matthew Rodriguez. Then he's got Trent Dunham back there as well, offering the drafting help. We're on lap 15. We've had 1 caution today. It has taken out, I believe it was a total of 11 drivers. Since then, we've been cleaning green, and hopefully we can make it that way all the way to the checkers, as it's going to be James McLeod out in front, Trent Dunham right behind him in second place, Chambers now side by side with Sosnowski and Matthew Rodriguez for third. And look at Sosnowski! Look at the big run he's getting on the high side again. That high side's got a lot of momentum. Sosnowski and Nick Eggleston seem to be the 2 who discovered that, and they are trying to make it work again. Meanwhile, down to the inside line comes Trent Dunham. He's trying to take the top spot now away from James McLeod. Adam Chambers there. How about Alex Tanker? What a great run for him right there in that 18 truck. That Toyota Tundra looking awfully racy as McLeod's now going to cover 3 lanes of traffic. He'll keep the top spot still in that number 30. Adam Chambers there for second. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Contact. Oh, they're going to pit road. Chambers and Galligan, they're going to pit road. Richard Johnson also as well. So here in the closing stages, fuel strategy is being played out. These drivers cannot make it the whole 20 laps on 1 tank of fuel. Nobody came down pit road on that last caution, by the way. Oh, we got a car that's up ahead. Slower car. That is Dylan Young. The 84 is a slower truck. Will these drivers encounter him? Dunham, Hayden Klein, they're working together along with Nick Eggleston. High side, that's Kyle Sosnowski and James McLeod. But now they start splitting up. They're trying to find ways to get around Dylan Young. Dunham's gotten by. Hayden Klein will get by. Nick Eggleston will get by. But Sosnowski and McLeod get held up on the high line. Trent Dunham, the leader, but now he's got a pit. Here he comes, along with Hayden Klein. Eggleston, Rodriguez, man, Sosnowski, Navarrete, Poteet, they're all pitting. New leader is, oh wow, there's Galligan, there's Danica Shirley, rather, Henley, Carter Keselowski, Seth Cole, they were on pit road. McLeod is the leader by a huge margin. James McLeod is out in front now with 3 laps to go. Who's second? I think whoever's second is on pit road. I think the only driver yet to pit is James McLeod. And right now, he has a huge lead over the entire field. Will he pit this time by? Yes, he will. McLeod stayed out one extra lap. This time he will pit. That's the lap car of Ryan Acosta there. That'll give him an opportunity to get back on the tail end of the lead lap, I think. Depends on how long he stayed on pit road. McLeod, let's follow McLeod's pit stop here, shall we? McLeod, let's see what kind of strategy he's going to go with. Will he go for any tires, or is it going to be just a fuel-only stop? It's going to be a gas and go. Whoa, nearly makes contact there with Carter Keselowski coming off of pit road, and this may not work out in the favor of James McLeod because now he's going to have to wait for Carter Keselowski to pull into his pit stall. Keselowski, I think, may have actually had some contact on pit road or something. I think this is his second time on the pit lane. Of course, he was involved in our first caution of the day as well, so he may be just making sure he's not going to get black flagged here. McLeod is off. There's the leaders back there. I see Hayden Klein back there. I couldn't tell who else was with him. McLeod's got to get off pit road in a hurry. He's got to get up to speed back on the racetrack before those guys catch him. Oh, no, it's too late. They're going to catch him already. Nick Eggleston, Hayden Klein, they're going to go by, take first and second away. Sosnowski, Chambers, they move into third and fourth. As we have 2 laps to go, white flag next time by. Eggleston, high side, down low, that is Hayden Klein. Here comes Kyle Sosnowski, the Daytona 500 pole sitter into the mix. Along with Adam Chambers, wow, look at that run Sosnowski got there onto the back bumper of the 17. He has got himself one fast truck, no doubt about it. Here they come, to the line, white flag in the air, they're 3 wide. Sosnowski, Klein, Eggleston, and Chambers. These 4 may be the ones to settle it out. Richard Johnson trying to catch up as he's in 5th, but it may be too little too late for him. 4 trucks. Which one of them's going to victory lane? Eggleston on the high side's got drafting help with Adam Chambers. He will take the top spot coming off of turn 2. But can Hayden Klein or Sosnowski work together here? Chambers now moves by for second place. He now is going to have an opportunity to maybe make a move here to win this race. It's Eggleston, Chambers, Klein, Sosnowski, all separated by 1 car length apiece. Here they come out of turn number 4. Can they accordion up here and make it a photo finish to the line? Eggleston leads. Chambers looking. He can't make the move, though. Nick Eggleston, in his return to the Oreo Truck Series, he wins the Nextera Energy 250 at Daytona. Chambers going to finish second. Third place is going to be Hayden Klein, the best finishing rookie of the day. Kyle Sosnowski, what a great start to the season for him in 4th. And Richard Johnson, I believe, has gotten the 5th position to finish off this race. Unbelievable. It came down to fuel strategy here at the end of this race, pit strategy. And Nick Eggleston, who could arguably been one of the dominant cars of the day, probably was between him and Kyle Sosnowski. He ends up coming out on top, and he wins in his return to the Oreo Truck Series here. Wow. What a race. Great job by Nick Eggleston, that entire 98 team, carrying over the momentum they had with Anthony McCurry back in Season 4. And they start off the season with a bang. So Nick Eggleston heading into next week's race at Phoenix, he will be the points leader. And congratulations to him. Wow. Well, folks, hope you enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to become a part of the crew today. We will show you now your official finishing results as well as the point standings heading to next week's race, which will come from Phoenix International Raceway. But we've got Mo 1 Cup Series action coming your way in just a few moments. That'll be coming up, I believe, tomorrow. And then don't forget, we also have the big one, the Daytona 500. That'll be coming up soon as well. Hope you'll tune in for all 3 of those events that'll be coming up in the near future. And be sure to keep it here for the entire season as well on the NNSCRA Sports Channel, offline racing at its best.
Thank